This is Fred Wall, the Visa Coach. Today's topic is B2 Visitor Visa, denied entry at the border.
VisaCoach, fast, easy, and personal.
My name is Fred Wall. I am the Visa Coach, known for front-loaded immigration presentations that tell your story, leading to fast and easy approval, and the personal, one-on-one attention you receive as my client. I invented the three-step immigration success method, which anticipates the likely problems and skepticism your case might face, and then squashes those issues by working together with you on the ideal appearance of your case and the preparation of my signature front-loaded presentation that tells your story, well, the way we want it heard. When properly implemented, my method helps win approval of your visa even before the interview starts. Today's topic is, well, if you're traveling on a B2 visitor visa, what happens if your gal is denied entry at the border? Now, Madeleine lives in Canada, about 100 miles north of the U.S. border, and Joshua, her American fiance, lives in Buffalo. Because they both live so close to the border, they have been able to spend many weekends together. Either she goes down to meet him or he drives up to meet her. The happy courtship continued this way until one time when Madeleine was stopped at the border and asked by the Customs and Border Patrol, CBP officer, what was the purpose of her trip. Now, this was after he had checked her computerized record of border crossings and had noticed that she had been making many frequent trips. She told him, well, she has a boyfriend in Buffalo and they were just spending some time together. Well, he said, okay, go on through. Now, a few weeks later, she was at the same checkpoint, embarking on another visa to her fiance. And a different officer says, well, you've been visiting the U.S. so much, it's almost like you are living there. And that's not the purpose of the visitor waiver program that you've been using. So if you're serious about your relationship and possibly living permanently in the USA, you're going to have to apply for a fiance visa or get married and apply for a spouse visa. Sorry, but today you cannot enter the USA. Maybe in a few months later, this will change. But for now, please turn around and go back. The next day, Madeleine and Joshua called me for their free phone consultation. And the day after, we started working on their fiancé visa. As of this recording, well, we got her visa, and they've been married and honeymooned in Orlando, and her adjustment of status for her green card has been submitted and is now in process. I regularly get similar phone calls from other distraught couples whose plans for a pleasant holiday together in the USA were dashed by the foreign-born fiancé being turned away at the US border. This seems to happen most frequently to Canadian-American or Mexican-American couples who, because of living not too far from each other on the border, got into the habit of frequently crossing the borders during their courtship. I have also heard from much sadder cases where the gal was turned away after an expensive 12 or 14-hour flight to the USA. Now, whenever your fiancé travels to visit you in the USA, there is always a chance she will be refused entry to the USA and turned away at the border. Each time she enters the USA, she is inspected by a Customs and Border Patrol CBP officer at the border. His job is to screen incoming visitors and decide if they should be allowed entry or not. Regardless of what visa the traveler is using, admittance to the USA is always at the discretion of the CBP officer. He may ask questions about the purpose of her trip, how long she will stay, where she will stay, when she plans to return to her home country, does she plan to work, who she is visiting, and so on. The object of his questioning is to determine if there is any reason to suspect that the traveler may be planning to violate the terms of the visa she is using. One potential visa violation he is looking for especially is if the foreign traveler who has been granted a visa that permits a short visit but appears likely that she might be intending to misuse the temporary visa and remain in the USA permanently. If the traveler gives the impression that she plans to live permanently in the USA, even if not immediately but soon, eventually, That can set off his alarm bells and may cause him to refuse entry. Frequently, and especially extended trips to visit the USA to meet one's American lover or fiance eventually gets onto immigration's radars. And on each entry, CBP may escalate the intensity of their questions asked of the foreign visitor until she is finally warned that this is the last trip, or far worse, just refuse entry outright. When she describes her plans to meet her fiancé, her passport shows that she has been making regular visits and extended stays. The officer might say, well, miss, the proper visa for you to travel under is called a K-1 fiancé visa. I'll let you in today, but please, the next time that you enter the USA, it'll be better if you use the fiancé visa to visit your boyfriend. Or, without such a sympathetic advance warning, he might immediately just refuse entry. Sorry, I can't allow you to enter. I am canceling your visa waiver or B2 visitor visa, so apply for the K-1 if you want to be admitted next time. Your fiancé would have no choice but to return to the International Transit Lounge to wait for the first available flight back to her country. Other red flags that a traveler is considering unlawful permanent residence would be being unemployed and having no job to return to, traveling on a one-way ticket, or having no home or residence overseas to return to. It's okay to travel to the USA to visit friends and or lovers. It is even okay to travel to the USA to get married. The big no-no is intending to stay permanently. And it is necessary to avoid the appearance that you plan to stay permanently if you want your temporary visa to work. In summary, if she has a visa or visa waiver permitting her to enter the USA, your foreign-born fiancé can use it to visit you. However, each border crossing is at the discretion of the inspecting officer at the border. If her previous trips have been frequent and or her stays extended, this may put her onto immigration's radar. And once on the radar, she may find herself limited to a K-1 fiancé or CR1 spouse visa. This is Fred Wall, the Visa Coach. Call me.
Asking U.S. immigration for permission to bring your fiancé to America for marriage and happily ever after is a slow, complicated, and often frustrating process. It is all too easy to make crucial mistakes that cause delays and denials. Fred Wall, the Visa Coach, has written a short guide for couples contemplating fiancé immigration that points out the pitfalls, red flags, and common mistakes which cause problems, and how to avoid them. The Visa Coach is giving away this indispensable guide free of charge because visas shouldn't stand in the way of love. For you and your partner's peace of mind, don't do anything until you read this guide first. Get your free copy at visacoach.com/5.